to another episode of Music Mondays. But today is just not any episode. Today is definitely a special one. I'm not gonna harp on it too long because I don't like to pat myself on the back too much because we still have a long way to go. But I do want to take a moment and we'll celebrate tonight. Maybe we'll take like a shot later or something. Take like a shot of Henny or whatnot. But today is episode 100 of the Music Mondays podcast. Um, man, just even saying that's kind of wild, but at the same time, it's really not, right? I mean, I think the one thing that we can take from this is, if you really want to build something yourself and really get a lot of work done, I think the only way to do that is be consistent. And over the last 100 episodes, I probably missed. So you figure one episode a week. Over the last 100 weeks, I've probably missed less than 5 Mondays. To be completely honest with you. How many weeks are in a year? Uh, 52. That's fucking nuts, actually. Wait, so yeah, like just about over the last 2 years. So like the end of this year is going into like the full year 3. Well, I mean, technically not really, because like I started Music Mondays in 2021 in January. I think the first episode was uploaded in like January like 9th or something. So that was 1 year. The end of this year is like to cap off the second. And legitimately have taken like 5, probably less than 5 Mondays off. And the show really started, like I always say, I've told the story a couple times. But the show really started as just like a personal thing for me as Zomb Slays, right? Originally the title I had for it was Zomb Slays Music Mondays because it kind of like had like a ring to it. And then like as I started doing like the first like 10 episodes or so, I think it was like the first 10, I really sort of realized what I had in front of me, and I was like, wait a second. With all my prior experience, why don't I just apply it here? And then the first year was rough. There was like a whole kind of rebrand I had to do like 6 months in, because like the first 6 months of 2021 I had like a whole different partnership, a whole different crew, and then I pretty much ended up back at square one 6 months in. I had no website when we already had a website. Like literally all I had was the podcast. And it's been a wild road for something like this. Because we take a lot of chances, and like it's a lot of pressure for me as a leader, right? Because the staff looks to me and the community looks to me for just opinions, thoughts, and guidance, and truly um you know sometimes that road can always be like kind of foggy, because you see other platforms really move in some kind of like weird snaky malicious way where all they care about is bread. And you know what I mean, they don't want to build a brand, they don't want to build an organization, they don't want to build a platform, they don't want to build a community for these artists. um because a lot of those platforms aren't built by artists. That's why we have the saying, for the underground, by the underground, because every single fucking staff member we have is a crucial part of the underground. Even if they don't create art of their own, they care about it. Like that's something I like absolutely check for everybody before they ever join the staff team. Is like, you got to care about the scene, man. And moving like that can always come with its risks. And there was like ups and downs, and some people don't see the vision, some do. And then if you just stay consistent, um, it's impossible for people to ignore you. You know what I mean? Especially with like all the sort of like knowledge and shit that I had like over the years, like being like a fan of the underground since like 2014, and then creating music since 2017. Like all in all, it's definitely pretty crazy. Um, because there was a point that this podcast literally was posted every week. I used to stream from console. A lot of people know this. A lot of people don't know this. My first whole year of Twitch streaming was directly from my Xbox. That was before I invested in my whole setup, and I fucking upgraded everything, and you know, once I started making traction, everything started to get better. And then like I was doing everything at once, right? I was like doing normal streams and I was doing music shit. So like I hosted the podcast, you know, in between regular streams anyway, but it was always through console. So like to look back on like the first like 10 episodes when like literally like Skate 3 was like the background footage. Like at first it was like doable. And then like after a while you'd like I'd like hop on the show and I'd be like, "Fuck, dude, this is getting whack." Like this is like not it. Like the way you start off is so funny, and like I've still been meaning to, um, really just kind of like pull up and like I don't know, like it's happened like once where um we sat here and we reviewed an episode of the podcast. Like I think it was like episode like 6 or 7 or some shit, or it might have been like the first episode. But yeah, that's something I want to do more in the future. Just looking back on it, it is just fucking wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's really some wild shit. Not that I didn't have this intention. Like I'm not sitting here shocked. Like oh my god, like this is this that and the third. You know what I mean? Like um, it's more so like I don't really pay attention to it. Like I'm like one of those people when I release music, um, I barely listen to my tracks back for a couple of reasons, but like I'm just like all about like looking forward. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, I very rarely watch the earlier episodes back. You know what I mean? So it's like fuck. But yeah, that's definitely something we're gonna be doing. But yeah, just to wrap things up, man, it's really really awesome to finally have the underground's support and like really get everybody involved. Whether you're new to the scene, whether you've been established in the scene, right? Like Music Mondays is connecting with all of the artists that, you know, I interviewed over the years. Like, we're making a whole new sort of scene for everybody in a real big ecosystem. And the podcast has been such a big part of that. Like, bringing people on, reacting and reviewing shit. Like it's really grown to like what I really wanted it to be, because this platform is going to continue to grow at like a rapid pace, and I really like just want to stay focused on our core and like what really like matters for everybody. And like that's just having a platform that people can look to for true underground support and true promotional value and a real decent place to find the latest underground music, and not even just music but many forms of art, you know what I mean? Because like I always say, like, you know, contrary to our name, we've reviewed and reacted to so many things, you know, on the show. So that whole sort of area that we work in is like such a big part of that. It's like really such a big part of that. So, um, you know, I've always laid everything down for the underground. You know what I mean? Like no matter what was going on with my music or, my personal career, collabs, my this, my that, like, it was always for something bigger than me. And I want to thank the community for not only seeing that, but continuing to support the dream, because that's like that's really something that I was head bashing for a while. Um and I truly just wasn't going to give up on that. I wasn't going to give up on proving that the underground was very well and alive, right? Because for a long time, um everybody was talking about the underground is dead, this, that, and the third. But like I was tweeting about the other day, like, so many of us have been around the scene for like quite a while, but there's only a select few that actually saw like the ups and downs, right? And you know, there's just been too many times where people want to claim the underground is dead or this or this or that, and it's just simply not true, right? And I think like Music Mondays and the staff and myself like really proved that it's not. Like it truly proved that like we're really doing something different and really keeping true to like what I set out to do. You know what I mean? Like we are the premier platform for new and established underground artists. And it just means the world to me that we not only have the support that we have, but it's really just like, dude, we have so much more to do, and I'm just really excited about it. You know what I mean? Because like these little wins are really great. Like, don't get me wrong, like sort of like I said at the start of this rant, like these little wins are like everything. But at the same time, like I don't like to pat myself on the back too much because we have so much more stuff to accomplish and so much more stuff to bring the community and to bring Music Mondays, man. So cheers to episode 100, man, and definitely 100 more for sure. Oh, and before we sign off on that topic, um, so this is the official end of season 2. For those of you that watch the podcast on audio platforms, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, this, that, and a third, um, the show is divided up into seasons, and the first 100 episodes, or no, I'm sorry, the first 50 episodes are season 1, and then the next 50 are season 2. So this officially marks the end of season 2. Everything after this is season 3. But I was thinking about it, and 50 episodes is way too fucking much. Just way too much for one season. So I think we'll do 25s. So like we'll do like up till like episode 125, and then we'll call that season 3, and then we'll go up to 150, and that'll be season 4. And then 200 is going to be a crazy milestone that I'm not even gonna think about. But again, shout out the Music Mondays community, shout out the underground community. The underground is very much well and alive, and I'm very excited for the future. So I hope you guys are ready for the ride, man. Let's fucking get it. So paying attention to the chat over here, what's going down? What's going down? What's going down? I hope you're well. TDG, what's good? Yes, you're in the right stream, my friend. Ryuki, what's good, baby? I hope you're well. Fury, what's good, baby? I love you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cloud, what's good? Yeah, episode 100. Episode 100. It's really really remarkable, but I'm kind of excited for like the hump to be over. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like we finally got the first 100 down. Now we can just go up to like 1,000, you know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck now. Cuz like those milestones are like, it's cool like I said, but it's like we got plenty more work to do, my friends, you know? Plenty more fun shit to bring the community. So, very excited. Thank you, Zomb. Yeah, of course, Ryuki. Of course. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everybody's support, for real. For real. You're about to be the Joe Rogan to the underground. Let's get it, Cloud. Let's get it, baby. Let's go, chat. Yeah, I mean, none of this works without you guys, right? Like, I stuck my neck out with, like, no sort of reaction for a while. You know, like, all of 2021, like post pandemic was really weird for the underground, and it took a minute to like really tap back in and bring everybody together. And it's been some, a little over a year since the community actually felt somewhat like a community again. And it's not about trying to like replicate the old shit, because the old shit's like dead and gone. It's about something new. You know what I mean? Like we're bringing in the new vibes and bringing the new artists with us, and the people that have been around should pay it forward. You know what I mean? And show these new guys the right path and shit. So that's what we're all about. And like I said, we just have a lot more to bring you for real. So